13 unspoken rules tourists keep breaking in Poland by the channel of Where is Wes. I love his channel, by the way. I've been following it for quite some time. He makes this video lately about passport bros, he calls them, where there's these people traveling around the world just for fun. Let's put it that way. And yeah, he's debunking their myths about easy sex. Let's just go with that. Come on, my level of English is not that great. Let's try and find super great difficult words. And yeah, it's very interesting because he's a very smart guy, and you can definitely tell that he knows what he's talking about. I like his approach to life. I like this guy, definitely. So yeah, let's check out these unspoken rules and learn something new about Poland.
Tourists here in Poland have a reputation for being quite ignorant to Polish culture.
Oh, is that why he put a picture of Prague?
Tourists here in Poland have a reputation
Yeah, exactly. Why is there a picture of Prague?
for being quite ignorant to Polish culture and norms.
I tell you what though, folks, that's bloody nice.
So today I want to talk about the 13 unspoken rules that tourists keep breaking here in Poland. Starting with number 13, speaking loudly in public. Here in Poland, it's expected to give other people personal space. Everybody kind of minds their own business. When people are in public spaces like the mall or in public transportation, it's expected that you don't make a bunch of noise. A lot of tourists, specifically Americans or British people or like the Spanish and Italians, are super loud in public transportation.
Thank you for acknowledging that. But I hate people that speak loud in public as well.
Now, I'm not saying you can't have a joke with your friends, right? But if you're being super loud in public, expect everybody to stare at you. Number 12, talking about how everything is so cheap. This is something that Polish people get really angry about because things are not cheap for Polish people, but they are cheaper for people who make money in
Okay. So I will take a chance and apologize because in some videos I've been saying that everything looked not everything, but some stuff looked cheap. Like especially in the video that I checked out yesterday about Polish Rewind, where the woman was complaining about the price of butter being 10 zloty, that converted to euros about 250, and to me it wasn't expensive. It was like the proper price that we will have here in Italy. And in Poland, many of you told me in the comment section that it's not the case. It's much cheaper. So yeah, I apologize. I didn't know that. I won't make that mistake again. Probably. I mean, my memory is not that long, but I don't mean bad. Trust me.
euros or dollars. And this is something I'm taking advantage of living here. Now, it's totally okay if you want your money to go a lot further here. That's why Poland is a great tourist destination. But constantly talking about how everything is so cheap here will rub Poles the wrong way. So just enjoy that prices here are lower than Western countries, but don't make a big deal out of it. Number 11, there is no expectation.
I mean, I don't think it's actually that much cheaper also, right? I mean, maybe compared to the US, to big cities in the US, but especially like in the capitals, I don't think the prices will be that much cheaper. Like comparing when I went to Prague, prices were like pretty normal. Then I left Prague and went to visit other cities in the Czech Republic, and yeah, prices were ridiculously low. So I don't know. Is it like that also in Poland? Let me know.
To tip here in Poland. However, that also means that the service that you're going to get in general is not going to be that good. In my experience, this has been quite a hit and miss. Sometimes it's good, but for the most part, it's not that good. That's just kind of how they are, right? If they're not getting paid extra. You know, in America, we have such a high standard for what service should be like, but that's because they are working for their tip. So in my opinion, I think it's just a trade-off. You don't have to pay them tip, but you don't get the
I mean, I think that's an American thing. You know, that's an American cultural thing, actually. Just like here in Europe, when you go to a restaurant or a bar, you sit down at the table, you just expect them to serve you the food after you tell them what you want. You don't care about anything else. You don't care if maybe if they put a smile on their face and they're being nice, probably it's okay. But most of the times, I still remember when I went to France, I went to this Vietnamese restaurant. The woman keep coming and tell me, "Oh, you should eat like this. You should eat the other way." After a while, I was kind of like, "Oh my god, can you just leave me eat the food the way I want?" So we don't. I guess it's a European thing that we don't really care about the service being that perfect. We just expect to get what we came for. That's it. I mean, I might be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong.
The best service in return.
So if you go to some of the tourist areas, those restaurants will ask for tip, but keep in mind that it's never mandatory.
And things are also quite slow here. So if you go in a grocery market or like a żabka and there's a long line, it's normal that people will take their time.
A lot of the Polish supermarkets or the żabkas are usually understaffed, so have a little bit of patience with them because the people that work at żabka work for minimum wage and it's a very, very stressful and hard work.
I know it's quite annoying for a lot of people, but that's just how it is. Number 10, assuming that everybody speaks English. Yes,
Okay, I'm used to it. I'm used to it. Most of the times when I go to supermarkets here, oh my god, yeah. I have to call them. Look, excuse me, I have to pay. And they're like, oh yeah, just give me a moment, just give me a moment. Okay, I'm so used to it, so it's not gonna be a problem, definitely. In big cities, you won't encounter that probably, but yeah, in smaller cities, most of the times they're understaffed, so yeah. Just need patience, whatever. I mean, not gonna die for 1 minute of waiting.
that is true, especially for the people who are around 30, 35 and below. But a lot of the older people don't speak English. And it goes a long way if you do speak Polish, because Polish people appreciate any foreigner learning about their culture, about their history, about their language. So you can speak a couple phrases like dziękuję, which means thank you, dzień dobry, which means good day, do widzenia, which means goodbye. With those 3 words alone, you can get very far here in Poland. Number 9, don't bring anything controversial up unless you're ready to back up your ideas. Polish people are argumentative by nature. Yes, they like to complain. Yes, they like to argue, but it comes from a place of them trying to come up with the best solution instead of just arguing to argue. So I speak with a lot of my Polish friends. We'll talk about deep topics, politics or war or religion, and there's a lot of disagreement going on, but I actually think it's a good thing because Polish people are very intellectual people and they like having deep discussions.
I also like how we could openly disagree and still be friends afterwards. I've only met like one university girl who was quite insufferable, who thought everything was racist and just kind of a negative person. We were disagreeing
we're
about
not
a lot
all
of
the
stuff,
same.
and now she won't even acknowledge my existence, which I think is very petty. But for the most part, all the people that I met, even though we disagree, we can still shake hands and be friends afterwards. I really appreciate that.
Just know that if you're going to make a bold claim about something, be prepared to defend it, because Polish people will fight to the death for their points, and I think this is actually a good and a bad thing. So number 8, a common mistake that foreigners make will be walking in the bike lane.
Oh my god, I remember this in Austria. We so many times to be run over. They will be getting so pissed off. Oh my god, we're like beep 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 beep. No, wait, I don't know how to make the sound of the bike thingy. But yeah, they get so pissed off. I don't know, in Italy, we don't really have that much of those. I mean, we do have bike lanes, but most of the people don't give a fuck. They just walk on it and nobody say anything. Okay, I gotta remember that.
Poland is very bike friendly, but sometimes it's difficult to make out the sidewalks from the bike area. So always be courteous, always pay attention to where you're walking, because if you end up walking in the bike lanes, don't be surprised if Polish people start yelling at you.
Ja pierdolę, kakałko, co żeś zrobił? Kurwa mać!
Number 7, comparing Poland to Western Europe. A lot of people will get angry when you say Poland is part of Eastern Europe. They like to say that they're Central Europe, but they have Eastern European tendencies in a lot of ways. Because Poland is still a developing country, granted, it's probably doing
I think that comes because of the language, right? And because you speak a Slavic language, so probably when you think about Slavic languages, the first thought of people that is doesn't have a deep knowledge on different ethnicities and languages will think about Russia. So if Russia is a Slavic language and you speak a Slavic language, they will be associating you with Eastern Europe. A common mistake, I would say, but yeah, I know that I have to call you Central Europeans. Is Germany Central Europe as well, or is considered Western?
doing the best out of all the countries that were affected by the Soviet Union. A lot of the growth that you've seen in Poland has only been over the last 5 to 10 years, and they're continuing to grow, which is great for the country.
So cool.
Poland is cheaper than Western Europe for a reason. It's developing very quickly, and there's a lot of good things about this country, but it's still not quite to the level of some of the more developed Western European countries. Polish people have a chip on their shoulder because they've been seen in Europe for a long time as kind of like second-class citizens, but now that they're becoming richer and slowly making their way up, they want to be accepted on the world stage as a power player. Constantly comparing them or talking down to them as a lower country will get you nowhere here. So I would just keep that to myself. Number 6, assuming all Polish food is pierogi. A lot of the Polish restaurants that you will see in the old towns and the cities are good, but extremely overpriced. I highly recommend going to bar mlecznes, or like milk bars. They have these kind of cafeteria style restaurants all around the country, and
I want to try the what is it called, the huge sandwich. I remember I checked out the video of the Polish politician that went there, and it was like kind of a street food. They had that huge, kind of like a baguette with a lot of food on it. I want to try that.
this is where you can get the most authentic Polish food. They're not super expensive. You can pick exactly what you like, and in my opinion, it's really, really good food. If you want real authentic Polish cuisine, skip the really expensive restaurants and try to go to a bar mleczny. Number 5, misunderstanding Polish humor.
And that's definitely something you should do in every place you will visit. They will always try to scam you if you just go to the touristic.
Poles have a reputation for being quite mean, negative, anti-LGBT, and racist in a lot of ways. Now, I don't think that's totally false, especially for a minority of the people here, but you have to understand Polish humor. Polish humor is very sharp, very offensive, very dark, but in my opinion, hilarious. This is one of the reasons why I like being here, because I like to make really offensive jokes too, and in my opinion, as long as they're funnier than they are offensive, everything's fair game. Poles will live up to that challenge and say some really effed up jokes, but if you have a good sense of humor, then you're gonna get along with the people here. But if you get offended super easily and you're kind of a snowflake, good luck to you, bro.
Okay, I'm not, that's not me. I can laugh about anything.
You're probably not gonna have a good time here. Number 4, thinking Polish people are mean and unfriendly. I will actually kind of agree with this. If you're here as a tourist, Polish people are not the nicest, but the beauty of this country is if you stay here for a long period of time, the Poles become more familiar with you, then you get to see the Polish hospitality. They open up to you a lot more, and you'll realize that they're honest, kind, humble, down-to-earth people. But you don't really get to experience that as a tourist. That's only something you get to see if you're here for a long period of time. Number 3, expecting free tap water at restaurants. This is something that really threw me off. Every time you go to a restaurant,
oh my god, I'm moving to Poland.
if you want to get water, they'll ask you still or sparkling, and you have to pay for it all the time. It's just not worth it paying like $3 or $4 for water. Something that you can do is you can go to the żabkas all around the city, get the drink you want, and then go and eat at whatever restaurant you want. I haven't
Okay. I thought they would just give you free water in the restaurant. Okay. That's an old trick. I used to do that when I was younger, of course.
had too many issues with bringing outside drinks into a restaurant. That is definitely a valid option. Number 2, everything is closed on Sundays. This is something that throws a lot of foreigners for a loop. Me living here is actually quite frustrating sometimes. If you're working the whole entire week, you only really have Saturday to do all of your shopping and prepare for the week. I wish things were open on Sunday, but that doesn't seem to be changing anytime soon. So if you're here vacationing in Poland, just know that most things are closed. So you want to do everything on all the other days. And number 1,
But what does it mean by everything is closed on Sunday? I would say here in Italy as well, but like supermarkets and restaurants, bars, most of those are still open Sundays, at least in the morning. So I don't know what he meant by that.
buying tickets for public transportation. It is very confusing. There are a lot of machines all around the city. So there's a lot of places where you can buy tickets using credit card. But if you want to buy a ticket in the bus or in the trams, a lot of them don't accept card and you have to pay with coins, which is extremely inconvenient. The best way to do public transportation here is to download this app called Yako Yape. You can buy tickets for public transportation all around the country. A lot of foreigners will come and try to use the excuse that they're a foreigner for not buying the tickets, but that's not a good enough excuse, and you're gonna end up paying the fine anyways. It's only around $40 US, but to me that's just kind of a waste of money. I highly recommend you guys watch this video next. What do you guys think? Share your thoughts down below. I'll see you all later.
Oh, I lived in Krakow. Wait,
I recommend you guys watch this video.
I lived in Krakow, Poland for 1 year. Here's my honest review. Yeah, maybe we can check out this video. I mean, of course, if he's okay with me reacting to his channel. I mean, I always try to shout out every person that I'm reacting to, but some of them, they are not okay with it. So yeah, of course, I gotta respect their opinion here, reacting and giving my review to other content. So I cannot expect that everyone will be okay with that. So yeah, guys, I hope you did enjoy this video. I learned something new right now. If you have more unspoken rules that you want to share that were not mentioned, or if you want to, you know, review some of those and tell me which one do you find, I don't know, you don't find yourself agreeing with, just let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video. I will see you in my next one.